can't hold me responsible for everything bad in your life.
I can, because you are. I want you gone for good. Pack your things.
Serena.
Pack. Pack.
I want you gone for good. Pack your things.
Serena.
I will be the only Bass in Bass Industries.
All I've done is work to protect your legacy.
And
Legacy. Legacy.
All I've done is work to protect your legacy.
I will be the only Bass in Bass Industries.
All I've done is work to protect your legacy.
And pine after Blair Waldorf.
Pine. Pine.
And pine after Blair Waldorf.
I should be at the workshop right now in Rome with all of the other writers writing.
You shouldn't be creating in a workshop. You're not an elf.
Workshop. Workshop.
You shouldn't be creating in a workshop. You're not an elf. You're really looking for payback. And what better place to knock the Upper East Side out of the Dark Ages than
Knock. Knock.
to knock the Upper East Side out of the Dark Ages than in
That's where Bart and I renewed our vows.
Which was restorative. But our time with Eric off the African coast was.
Coast. Coast.
Our time with Eric off the African coast was. Which was restorative. But our time with Eric off the African coast was the highlight.
Highlight. Highlight.
This was the highlight.
Well, that was the deal. And since she's been ignoring my text, our primary mode of communication,
Mode. Mode.
our primary mode of communication,
Yeah, well, it's nice to have someone else asking the questions for a change. Plus, Professor Pizer taught my...
Plus. Plus.
Plus, Professor Pizer taught my...
I think it's really brave. You deciding to run The Spectator on your own? No investors, no partners, no safety net.
Net. Net.
No investors, no partners, no safety net.
I wouldn't be going it alone if I didn't think I could succeed. And I have a story on the horizon.
Horizon. Horizon.
And I have a story on the horizon. I know.
Want to give Professor Pizer's class an exclusive?
No. But I like your initiative. And...
Initiative. Initiative.
But I like your initiative. And...
Want to give Professor Pizer's class an exclusive?
No. But I like your initiative. And if we're still in business by the time you graduate, maybe...
Graduate. Graduate.
And if we're still in business by the time you graduate, maybe...
When your father walked away from this deal, I lost out too. I'm not sure what else I can do.
Maybe you can translate for me.
Translate. Translate.
Maybe you can translate for me.
What? Poughkeepsie's known for three things. I highly doubt that S is enrolled at Vassar, and she...
Enroll. Enroll.
I highly doubt that S is enrolled at Vassar, and she
was his translator. Well, you've always expressed admiration for women who are good with tongues, and she's...
Tongue. Tongue.
For women who are good with tongues, and she's... We have much to do. But like I said in the casino.
Casino. Casino.
But like I said in the casino.
Than say Georgina Sparks or me.
You know, you could at least pretend you're relieved that...
Relieve. Relieve.
You could at least pretend you're relieved that...
Any disappointment you're sensing is not because the mental hospital was a dead end. It stems from the fact that you and I missed out on a...
Stem. Stem.
It stems from the fact that you and I missed out on a
It's noble and selfless. Of course you don't.
Put your whole venture at risk. Hey.
Venture. Venture.
Put your whole venture at risk. Hey.
Do nothing. Whatever Serena is doing, we can't get involved. We're there to observe and record, like a documentary. This is
Documentary. Documentary.
like a documentary.
This is So whatever filth-filled, paint-huffing meth den we find Serena cracked out in, we don't judge.
Crack. Crack.
We find Serena cracked out in, we don't judge.
Oh, aren't you just the kindest, nicest little trust fund babies in the whole world? But when it comes to what Serena's capable of, I think...
Capable. Capable.
When it comes to what Serena's capable of, I think... I would just like to point out that most serial killers are high-functioning members of society who lead a double life.
Double. Double.
Are high-functioning members of society who lead a double life. I would just like to point out that most serial killers are high-functioning members of society who lead a double life. She could be trapped in the basement or buried.
Basement. Basement.
She could be trapped in the basement or buried. Are high-functioning members of society who lead a double life. She could be trapped in the basement or buried in the backyard.
Good.
Backyard. Backyard.
Or buried in the backyard.
Good idea, Georgina. Why don't you grab a shovel and start digging?
There's got to be an explanation for all this.
Explanation. Explanation.
There's got to be an explanation for all this. I believe you can. We're looking for a friend, Serena.
Blonde. Legs for days. Effortless charisma that only someone far less secure than I.
Secure. Secure.
That only someone far less secure than I.
And she was much younger and crazier, with much heavier eye makeup than Serena.
Makeup. Makeup.
Much heavier eye makeup than Serena.
That's what we dreamed about all summer.
Well played, Rufus. You butter me up, remind me how great you can be only to...
Butter. Butter.
Butter me up, remind me how great you can be only to...
Either she's the bride or she's just really tacky.
I told you, she's obviously had a psychotic break. Serena's taken too many happy pills, and now she...
Pill. Pill.
Serena's taken too many happy pills, and now she... Or today's the day of the cult sacrifice, and since I don't see any volcanoes in the area, I wonder if they're burning her at the stake.
And then...
Steak. Steak.
I wonder if they're burning her at the stake.
And then... Everything okay? You seem a little nervous.
Oh.
Nervous. Nervous.
You seem a little nervous.
Oh.
I hope you do marry this guy. Frankly, it would be the kind of desperate, attention-seeking stunt to prove you're every bit as shallow and sad as a...
Shallow. Shallow.
To prove you're every bit as shallow and sad as a...
Not rooting, snooping, and all for good reason.
The only thing you were supposed to be doing was getting between that man and his cloth.
He's probably...
Cloth. Cloth.
Just getting between that man and his cloth.
He's probably...
Yeah, and we have contacted a psychiatric care center who has agreed to take her into custody.
Kill me.
Custody. Custody.
Who has agreed to take her into custody?
Kill me.
I started my summer on a train being revived by paramedics.
Mouth to mouth and public transportation, yeah.
Transportation. Transportation.
Mouth to mouth and public transportation, yeah.
I think that's why she's so threatened by me. I see the real you, and I don't think she deserves you.
Deserve. Deserve.
I don't think she deserves you.
Really tempting fate, you know that? Unless that's your intention. course.
Intention. Intention.
Unless that's your intention, of course. You were exhausted and starving. I think I had an actual fever.
Fever. Fever.
I think I had an actual fever.